So what's up? I was asked to do a Q&A, so I'm doing a Q&A today. I don't have many subscribers, but the few I have, I'm very appreciative. So I'm going to do a Q&A. Some questions I was asked, some questions I just added to so I could kind of flesh out the video a little bit. Of course, all the questions are trans related because that's pretty much what this channel is. So we just want to get right into it. Question number one, of course, always got handy dandy notebook. Question number one, does plucking and or shaving encourage facial hair growth? These are all my opinions. These are from my experience, from my own research. So people can either agree or disagree, but this is just my opinion from me. Um, I don't think plucking or shaving encourages growth for facial hair. In fact, I actually used to think it did, but then I found out it was a myth, and I'm glad I found out before I decided to shave anything. Now, I wouldn't necessarily pluck because I'm not plucking hair from my face. Ouch. I used to back in the day when I was a girly girl. When I was a girl, I would pluck my eyebrows, and then I stopped doing that. But I definitely would not pluck from my face anyway. But I'm glad I found out before I shaved my face, trying to encourage facial hair growth. It actually turns out that that's supposedly a myth. It's just gonna shave hair. And then you would just be waiting for your hair to grow all over again. So, as far as I know, that's a myth. You're better off just leaving it and waiting for it to grow in. Like, just wait. Just wait. Now, there are things you can do to maybe make you feel like you're helping a situation. I did several things to try to make me feel like I was helping a situation. Now, whether they helped or not, I don't really know, but I tried several things. I tried a derma roller. It's like a little roller with like, it has little pin pricks on it, like several little pricks on it, and you roll it on your face. Some people say it's good for acne too. I don't know. I didn't have that experience. And actually, I don't even use it anymore. Well, I have hair on my face now, but I stopped using it a good while ago. I was using it, and then I just wasn't consistent with it. I was just like, okay, I tried. So I stopped. But I used it for a little bit, and what it's supposed to do is kind of, for lack of better wording, it's supposed to puncture the holes where your hair follicles would come through, kind of help promote that hair growth and help the follicles to come through. Now, I don't know if it helped me. I don't necessarily feel like it helped me, but in the moment, I felt like I was doing something. So, if you want to just feel like you're doing something, and I'm not saying it doesn't work, it's just for me, I don't feel like it worked or it was helping. Well, this is after the fact. In the moment, I felt like it was doing something. So I was doing it, rolling it. You have to be very gentle, be very careful when you do it. Don't do it on dry skin, to me. Don't do it on dry skin. Don't do it when you got like a chemical, because I know some people were using minoxidil and stuff like that. I wouldn't do it like that. I never did minoxidil. Some people do that to help encourage hair growth. I just wouldn't do it because it has other health effects, and I have enough health problems. So I didn't want to do it. So I leave it up to genetics and testosterone. Yeah. But anyway, derma roller, I did that. Um, and then I used beard oil, but I made my own because I'm highly allergic to things. I just have to know what everything is. I made my own beard oil, which I still have. And every once in a while, I'll use it on my beard and or mutton chops, and I call it a neck goatee because all of this is not filled in yet. So I just call it my little mutton chops and neck goatee. But anyway, and I'll use the oil sometimes because you can't go wrong with that because it's just all natural oils. But yeah, so I've tried that. Um, and now what I do is just brush my beard I'll just call it beard for right now. But I brush my beard twice a day. Um, just make sure my face is moisturized. Um, and I brush it twice a day, very gently. Some people comb it, but the reason I don't comb it, and this is from research I did. Again, I try to help. Because it's very new hair. Combing it is not gonna necessarily help. It's more gonna kind of pull at your hair. So when it gets more mature, then I'll use a comb to comb through it. But for now, I just brush it very gently. Even brush where there's not really much hair. It's just blonde hairs here. I brush. So everywhere where I just know where it's very thin hairs, I brush. Even though you can't see my mustache, even though today, well, actually yesterday I looked, it's starting to get darker. So I might have a mustache here soon that you can actually see. But I'll even brush up here, and I brush all down here because I have blonde hairs here too. And I brush gently. And I notice since I've been brushing, it seems like my hair is coming more. Now, is it because I'm brushing or is it because it's just time? I don't know, but I still brush twice a day. So there are things you can do to try to encourage it. Do we know whether it's just time, whether it's testosterone? We do not know, but we can try these things. That was a long answer for that, but there we go. Next question. How do I know if it's age related hair growth or transition related hair growth? Again, I pretty much kind of answered that. We do not know. So for me, because I do not know, I leave it all alone. So if it comes to like somebody wanting to pluck or shave, I don't know. So for older people, for those 40 plus, because we're late in our transition, we're going to start getting those hairs, those age related hairs. So we don't know if it's like, is this a transition or is this, I'm old? This is old hormonal hair versus, or is this transition hair that I can be happy about? The way I reframe that is, well, it's hair. Shit. It's hair on your face now. So you wanted it, just rock with it. Just, hey, be happy about it either way. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, doesn't matter to me. It's on your face. If you want facial hair, it's there. Next question. Does exfoliating and keeping your face, sorry, I don't have my glasses on and I probably should have had them on. I, yeah, okay. Does exfoliating and keeping your face clear encourage growth, and does it help avoid acne? Um, yeah, again, I don't know if exfoliating and all that helps to encourage growth. Again, I'm not sure. I mean, it can help with acne, I guess. I just feel like because we're going through puberty too, or second puberty, or however you say it, I feel like acne is gonna acne. It's just gonna come regardless. Um, and I feel like if you're um, genetically suited, I guess, to grow facial hair, it's gonna happen. So whether you exfoliate, whether you um, do whatever to have facial hair growth, it's going to come. So basically what I'm saying is it doesn't matter whether you exfoliate, you do all these skin treatments, you steam your face, you derma roller, you do whatever. If you're going to have facial hair at some point, you're going to have facial hair at some point. So it doesn't really matter what you do. Now, as far as acne, of course, you can do things to help you with acne. Of course. You can. I don't. See, I don't really know. I guess exfoliating does help for acne. Um, I just haven't actually exfoliated in a while. Anyway, I just realized I haven't been doing that. But at any rate, you can exfoliate for acne. You can use different cleansers. You can do a certain routine, which I do a certain routine. Again, I'll do a separate video for the routine I've done. Um, or I've done and I'm currently doing for that. But yeah, but I don't know if it really encourages hair growth. I mean, it may, but I just think if you're gonna grow facial hair, you're gonna grow it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference. Next question: How did I? How did you notice body hair changes first? Mind you, I wrote this. I could see it when I wrote it, but now I can't see. Lower back hair. Yeah, I think that's what I kind of noticed first because I have, like chronic back pain and stuff. So I tend to rub my back a lot. And I notice, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this hair? And it's like longer hairs. I think that's what I noticed first. That's what it's asking, right? How did you notice? Yeah, rubbing my back. It's like these longer back hairs. And then I started paying attention to everything else. And I'm like, wait, oh, hair is starting to grow now. Because everything else, I was focused on everything else, the typical stuff. But I wasn't really focused on body hair per se. Because I'm going to be honest, when I got on T, I wasn't focused on body hair. I was focused on facial hair and the voice. That's it. I didn't think about how body hair was going to come about. I just didn't think about that. But yeah, that's what I noticed first, I think. Hair, like right in the small of my back. And I'm like, why is this hair so long? But then I also was very excited because I'm like, yes, it's happening. The change is beginning. Everything's starting to come into play. And then slowly but surely, everything was just like, whew, and I became the wolf. So then it was my back. And of course, everybody knows about the ass hair. It was all on my back first. So all on the back part of my body, all the hair started to grow. And then it was little by little on my legs, which was weird for me because I had no hair whatsoever on my legs, like nothing. And now I'm just like hairy on my legs. I would show you, but that's an awkward position. I'm not doing that. But well, maybe well, can I? Let's see. And I'll cut it out if I don't like it. Can you see? You can see. Just that little bit of hair. But I mean, there's more hair, but that's all I'm showing. Anyway, that actually hurt my back. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. So I started noticing that, and little by little, it just went, and then of course it got to the arms and everywhere else, and then I have hair up here, which I don't know if you can even tell. Then slowly I got the shoulders, and then I have chest hair, which you can see. You can actually see that clearly. That's crazy. But yeah, you can see chest hair and all of that. And then it was a little bit of hair, a little bit of hair. This is the last place that I've gotten hair. And that's weird. That's how that happens. But yeah. So, next question, which I'm supposed to be putting my glasses on. Okay. Did you have a menstrual cycle to be affected, and how long did it take to be part of the past? Well, um, I said something about this in another video, but yeah, I didn't have a cycle to be affected by being on testosterone because I had a hysterectomy. Um, what year is this? So it's been 7 years now, right? Yeah, like 6, 7 years now since I've had a hysterectomy, and I've only been on testosterone for a year now. So that tells you right there, like, how long it's been. Yeah, I have not had a menstrual cycle affected because I have not had a menstrual cycle in 7 years. I had a hysterectomy for health reasons. Um, I mean, I can do another video on that. I don't think anybody really cares, seeing as how this channel is about transitioning and stuff. So it might be a ick type situation. Nobody really wants to talk about that. But I can talk about, you know, other health issues if that's something that people want to talk about. But yeah, I had a hysterectomy for health issues, health reasons, had nothing to do with my transition. When did your voice drop noticeably? And did you have to accent it with training? When did my voice drop noticeably? Um, well, I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I have back problems, so I have to adjust a lot. Look, I still ain't even put my glasses on. I'm not used to it. Anyway, um, if you go back and look at some of my videos, I mean, my voice has changed, but from the beginning, my voice wasn't like super like high pitched anyway. I don't, I didn't have a high pitched voice. My voice was kind of on the low end from the beginning, so it was kind of hard to super notice. I only noticed from the feeling. You know what I mean? From the vibration of it. That's when I kind of noticed more. But I think when that set in was like, let me see. I started November 2021. So, so like around the end of January of this year, I think that's when I got sick. So 2 months in, I think, something like that. Like 2 months in, I got sick, but I didn't know if I was getting sick. I think I even have it in a video. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm sick or my voice just dropped. I was actually sick, but after I wasn't even looking at the camera. After I stopped being sick, my voice kind of stayed. And some people have said that happens, that they get sick and they get like really sick. I got like really sick and my voice just stayed. And then from there on out, it just kept, it's been dropping ever since. And it's not like I don't have like drastic drops. So sometimes I have voice dysphoria, if I'm being honest, because sometimes I sound like the old me. In my ears, I sound like the old me. Like today is actually a good day because I don't hear the old me, but yesterday was my shot day. So usually the day after my shot day, my voice is like, it sounds like pretty deep. But by the time I get close to my next shot day, I'm probably going to feel a little dysphoric because I'm going to be like, my voice. So, yeah. But, so yeah, I'll say about 2 months and it's about, yeah, like I think like 2 months in is when I started noticing my voice. Did I accent it with any training? No. But I am noticing now that I have to personally train myself. I don't think I'll do any training, but I noticed that I'm going to have to do some training because I realized that I still try to talk up here and then my voice will go out. Or I still try to talk up here, but then I feel bad about myself. Or I'll feel like super dysphoric. And I'm like, no. The reason you feel super dysphoric is because you're talking up here, but then you don't want to hear this voice, this up here. And the reason I'm doing it is just because I'm used to talking up there. I'm not doing it to fit in or to make someone else feel good about my voice. No, I love my voice when it sounds deep. When I hear that, when I feel the vibration in my vocal cords, I love it. But I'm just used to talking up there. I hope somebody else can relate. But I'm just used to talking up. Everything is up. Everything is accented. Everything is, and I never, you learn. You don't know until you start transitioning that you've been doing that your whole life. Everything has been up, up, up. Everything is higher pitched. And I'm learning that you don't have to do that with your voice anymore. Like, and I keep doing this because this is literally how it feels. Like I'm accenting for lack of, you know, whatever. But I'm learning that I'm doing that so much. And I'm like, no, that's not where your voice is anymore. So I'm having to train myself like, that's not where your voice goes. That's not, you don't have to do that. You don't have to raise your voice like that. You can talk right here. This is where your voice is. Your voice can go even lower. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to try to do that and go up there for no reason. Like I can make my voice go lower now. So if I want my voice to be low, I can keep my voice low. So I can do that without an issue. And I can talk there and I'm not struggling to have my voice here. So I'm learning to teach myself like, hey, use this. Like this is what you wanted. So I'm learning to do that. So I'm training myself. What are the biggest pressures um, from without the trans community and from within? Um, Honestly, I don't. Let me think. Within the trans community, I can say, I guess it's a pressure, for lack of better wording. Um, there's a pressure to, and it's not all the time, and it's not from everyone or in every situation, but I'll say, like, in having certain conversations, it's this. Oh, I hope you did not hear that. My stomach is growling. Oh, and I did not know that I was hungry until literally just now. I hope you did not hear that. Um, okay. So I noticed that in being trans now, it's like, and I've talked about this in therapy before. Like, I take, well, I'll come back to that. But I noticed that in being trans, it's kind of like this thing that is kind of like expected of you. It's like automatically you're expected to become an advocate or activist or both. It's like, okay, you're trans. Now you need to go out and be Marsha P. Johnson. Everybody can't be her. That's why she was her. And it's like this expectation of you. It's like, now you need to stand up for all trans rights for everybody. You need to go out with your picket signs. You need to go out and be at every march. You need to be a walking billboard poster and everything for trans rights. Every conversation you have needs to be about every trans topic, every injustice toward um, political uh, injustices towards trans folk. It's just, it's this pressure. And maybe everybody doesn't feel that. But for me, it is. Because it kind of feels like if you're not speaking about that, then for some reason, you're less of a trans person because you don't talk about those things 24/7. You're not this huge trans activist, this advocate. You're not standing up for your people. So I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion, and that's just what it is. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to make it through the day. I'm just trying to make it through every day. Um, and I don't know if people understand that. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Or maybe they do and they just don't care. I get it. I understand that there's a lot of injustices. Trust me, I do. But I also know that there's injustices for people of color as well. And people of color and trans folk are not mutually exclusive. There are a lot of injustices in this world. And then, if you want to bring in, here's my phone. You can't see it. Okay. Bring in my phone. The phone represents disabled people. Then you want to bring in my glasses, mental health. Like, you get where I'm going with this, right? It's so many things that I could be an activist for and an advocate for. But as soon as I become trans, then I have to stand up for that. It's just a lot. So, what I'm personally trying to do is trying to make it through each day. And I'm trying to deal with the fact that for 40 plus years of my life, I've been living as a gender that was incorrect. So that's the pressure for me from within the trans community. Yeah. Yup. Yup. But I'm just trying to make it through every day with all these other things stacked on me as well. So that's my pressure within. All right. Without, outside of the trans community, my pressures are still those still those things, but the pressure of maybe let me see. Yeah, still those things, but then the pressure knowing that I'm not accepted by close family members. I'll just say close. And if you get it, you get it, and you can read between the lines. Yeah, very close family members I'm not accepted by. And that's a pressure to continue to live my life as I am, fully open and truly to live as I am after 40 plus years and to live as me without question, unapologetically, and to still interact with those family members, to still be around those family members, to still do for those family members, to still um, leave space for those family members. I feel like that's a pressure. The pressure to act as if everything's a-okay, and it's not at all. Boom. That's the answer to that question. Moving on. Okay. Look, and again, I can't see. Do you recommend seeing a counselor slash therapist during transition? Yes, I do. Because you hear all that I just said in that last question? Therapy. Damn it. But even beyond that, damn it. Sorry, I dropped something. Even beyond that, I recommend seeing someone for your transition because you're going through a lot. It's not easy to transition. It's not easy to go from being one person to going to another or being your true self because you've been hiding yourself for so long. It's not easy to do that. You've been wearing this cloak this mask your entire life, and now you're like, oh, peekaboo, like now you're popping out, and you're trying to be out here unapologetically. You're just wide open now. You're just wide open and free. It's not easy to do that. You need therapy. You need therapy. And just that's just on just that. That's just on that level. But then once you if you choose, if you choose to then be on testosterone or estrogen, that's changing your hormones. That's changing how you feel hormonally. Sorry. That's changing how you feel hormonally. That's going to do some things to you mentally, spiritually. That's going to change you too. You need a therapist for that. Then, outside of that, if you so choose to decide, okay, I want top surgery, I want bottom surgery, what have you, you need a therapist because that therapist, and you need one that it depends on your insurance. Sorry, my dog threw up, but he good. So, what I was saying is, you're gonna need a therapist regardless. If you choose to have top surgery or bottom surgery, totally up to you. Um, because they have to pretty much attest to your well-being, your mental well-being, um, saying that you understand what you're getting yourself into. Essentially, you're gonna have a therapist to speak on your behalf. Essentially, sorry, he's scratching up his pillow now. But at any rate, yeah, you're gonna need a therapist to um, attest to your well-being, saying that you understand, pretty much speaking on your behalf, um, speaking on your background, saying that you understand everything and all of that. So you're gonna need one regardless. But even outside of that, even if you decided you weren't getting surgery or anything like that, you didn't have dysphoria, I would still recommend I would still recommend a therapist because yeah, it's a lot. You're gonna be dealing with a lot. You are dealing with a lot. Um, going through a transition, you're changing from one person to another, or you're becoming yourself, and you don't fully know who yourself is. I know that wasn't grammatically correct. I mean, not grammatically. I know that didn't sound correct, but you're changing, and you're gonna come to realizations about your old self that you didn't even realize. You thought that part of you was fine, and then you're gonna realize, oh, wait a minute, that's not fine. That wasn't fine. You're gonna just come to a lot of realizations about yourself. So I'd recommend therapy regardless. Um, any more questions? Nope. That was the last question. So thank you to my one subscriber who kind of asked if I would do a Q&A. And then, yeah. And they actually gave me an idea for a couple other videos. So I'll be doing those at some point too. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of every subscriber I have. You don't have to comment. You don't have to give suggestions. You don't have to do any of that. Watching is enough, and I'm thankful for that. Um, that just kind of lets me know that maybe I'm on the right track. I'm doing something worth a damn. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. See y'all in the next video, and that's it. All right, I'm out.